Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this session started. I'm so pumped that you're here. This is a very exciting day for us at the BIA team, as well as for our wonderful startups and entrepreneurs in our program. And I'm so happy that so many of you are actually already here, and because there's so many opportunity costs right today, so much is happening. You could have spent the day or the evening watching Joe Biden and Kamala Harris being inaugurated in the United States. You could spend all evening in the newest, hottest social media app, Clubhouse, or you could be here right now with us to watch amazing urban innovation entrepreneurs pitch their ideas. You chose this. Thanks very much. I'm very excited about this, and I'm very proud to have you all here, especially because when we look at the numbers, so many of you are signing up, and the diversity of the people who come to an event like this is just mind-blowing to me. We have dozens of investors and investment companies. We have dozens and dozens and dozens of corporate innovation managers. We have corporate executives. We have so many startups. We have government officials, and we have a lot of community members, service providers, everybody who fuels the startup and innovation ecosystem. So I'm very happy that we're using a tool that allows us to do interaction as well. So you will see that we have, on the one hand, the first part of our program, which is listening to us and some pitches, and the wonderful pitches of the entrepreneurs. But later also, we will open up the interaction elements with breakout sessions and speed networking. Humor me for a few minutes so I can introduce what we do, who we are, and why we do what we do. And before we get the program started, I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Give me 1 second to get this running. Okay, here we go. So yeah, welcome. By BIA, the future of cities, the outlook to 2021, the demo day of our startup incubation program called Future City Incubator. Who am I? My name is Darius Moeini. I'm the founder of BIA. It's very easy to find me online. There's only one Darius Moeini on LinkedIn, so just feel free to connect with me. Or actually, if you want to be innovative and to be up to date with everything, you can also find me on Clubhouse. And as everybody is trying to get on Clubhouse at the moment, I promise to do a Clubhouse talk or room by the beginning of next week. I would love to see many of you there. Who are we at BIA? We are an innovation agency. We're a boutique. We're self-owned. We're here a real Berlin story. We do innovation programs at the intersection of corporates and startups and cities, of course, as well. We do leadership training and new work transformation initiatives. But you may know us probably more from our signature programs. What are our signature programs? Our signature programs are community-driven initiatives where we bring multiple companies and multiple stakeholders together into one amazing crowd. For example, our digital masterclass around new work in action, or many of you know our Smart City Hub open innovation initiative, where we bring together corporate startups and cities to openly innovate and ideate around urban innovation topics. And of course, our wonderful Future City Startup Incubator. This is why we are here today. What is this Future City Incubator? It is a pre-seed, equity-free startup program supporting entrepreneurs who want to build the future of cities, who want to support or nurture urban innovation. This is the first cohort that we're doing. We've had 8 to 10 months of programming and 15 entrepreneurs who've been supported in this program with coaching, with mentoring, with funding and infrastructure. Now you ask, how is this possible? How is a program like this equity-free? That's a very good question, and I can tell you, it is part of the Berliner Startup Stipendium. The Berliner Startup Stipendium is a public funding program that is unparalleled. It is an absolute honor to be part of this wonderful ecosystem. It is a fund that supports pre-seed entrepreneurs that are working on amazing projects in a very early stage, equity-free, and in collaboration between the European Union funds, for example, especially the ESF fund, as well as locally the Senate of Berlin, die Senatsverwaltung für Wirtschaft, Energie und Betriebe. There's actually many Berlin Startup Stipendium programs out there. I don't know what comes to mind. Imagine 2030, or the people at Silicon Alley. There are really great programs out there, and we're part of that ecosystem. And it's really an unparalleled support program that just proves how much the city of Berlin loves its entrepreneurial community, loves to support and promote innovation in all directions of the ecosystem. And I can only tell you, look it up. There's so many great programs out there, each of them with a different twist. Ours, of course, is the Smart City twist or Future City twist. So once again, to everybody from the city who is taking part today, thank you so much. Shout out to the makers behind this program. Special thanks, of course, also to the wonderful people at Smart City Unit of Berlin Partner. Because of our industry focus, we collaborate a lot with the wonderful people. It's Beate Albert, it's Christian Herzog, it's Christian Staglitz, and they have been really supporting us in connecting the teams with whoever is responsible on the other side, coming up with potential collaborations all across the urban innovation ecosystem. So thanks very much. Once again, shout out to Beate and her team. You've made this program absolutely amazing. Thanks also to our location partner, St. Oberholz, that provide a wonderful house and home to our startup teams, to our legal and tax mentors at BRL, who are always there very generously always there for our teams when it's all about legal and tax topics. But mostly, of course, I would like to thank this amazing and unstoppable program management team. It is such a pleasure to work with these guys. You have no idea. I'm looking at Victoria Trosin, our urban innovation director, Thomas Eichhorn, our program manager, Anna Brashear, Maria Miska, Alexis Garcia, all our program management squad that are running the program. And of course, also a special shout out to Christoph Redke, who is our angel or business angel in residence, who is always on fire supporting the teams, challenging every idea, every model, and every operative step to bring the best out of our entrepreneurs and teams. So thank you all very much for being who you are and what you do for this program. And not only these guys, this kind of program is a community program. It is based on a lot of collaboration and a lot of support and love and energy coming from the community. So many mentors and coaches and service providers that are supporting us in this program. You look at all of these pictures, look at all of these coaches who've been somehow part of this program. Let's look at some. Who do I see directly? I see Ralf Rieke, I see Eduardo Bindazane, I see Hester Hilbrecht, and many, many more who've been amazing mentors to our teams. So thank you all to this, to making this actually really fun and great. Let's get to the topic actually. So a lot of people ask us, what's a future city? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about flying cars and buildings that are organisms? What's happening there? What is a future city? Is it really super high tech, or is it a smart city? Is it synonymous? Well, to me, it is everything, because a lot of times we're trying to categorize our innovation or our industry into, let's just say, digitalizing the public sector or data-driven urban planning. Of course, they're all part of a future city, of a better city, of a more sustainable city, of a more livable city for the citizens, for the businesses, and for the government itself. Very important piece here is the smart utilities and the smart infrastructure setup. Utilities play an absolute elemental role in the future of a city, and there is so much going to happen in the innovation area of utility companies, waste management, water management, energy management. There's so much going to be seen in the next few years. I can't wait. Of course, connected industries, let's just say, anytime, even in the private economy, if let's just say mobility meets energy or buildings meet healthcare, to me, that's also all part of a better city, because industries start to collaborate on a new level, on a new collaboration layer that has the citizen and the citizen life in mind. Very important piece, sustainable economy, circular economy. Of course, that is especially the piece that will fuel a better, more sustainable life. And one thing that a lot of people leave out of the equation, but I personally love very much, is everything that is in the decentral interactions between private and public interactions and operations. So whether it's B2B or B2C, whether it's urban or rural, I couldn't care less, to be honest. Whether it's SaaS or IoT, or it's just a new business model or a social media, whatever. However, any interaction between two players or multiple players that has in any way the aim to increase the quality of life for citizens is part of the future city for me. And that is what we would like to support, of course, in our program, both in the Future City Incubator as well as in our Smart City Hub. And that actually is a great moment to actually talk about who is in this program, who is going to pitch today, because the diversity of the teams is what makes this so much fun, that really gives us energy and fuels everything we do. So we have, for example, Wondertree, who is, what do they do at Wondertree? A circular economy solution for Christmas trees. A very relatable and wonderful solution. I myself had a Wondertree as well. We have Vote Rookie, who they're trying to increase citizen engagement for the younger generations. We have Hive in the program. Hive, they're developing a better home for bees, especially for hobby beekeepers. And we all know that how important of a topic that is. So Hive is an amazing product, not only its software, but actual product. We have Asuma trying to empower sustainable home ownership for the rental generation, a very important topic that is getting bigger and bigger for both urban and rural citizens. AssetBird, we're digitalizing a very traditional industry, the real estate economy, digitalizing processes in that area, a very big topic. We have Kavalu, what are they doing? They're utilizing unused and empty spaces in buildings, and trying to create a more sustainable usage and utilization of buildings in that sense. Along the team is trying to reinvent retail and connecting it with the hospitality industry, a very innovative business model. And we have Kalima, who are a security solution that turns your smartphone into a security app for employees. All of these topics to us are a piece of the future city, and we're very excited to listen to all of these entrepreneurs today. So what is the agenda? And I'm almost done with my piece. We will have a couple of minutes of Thomas Eichhorn, who is our program manager and who's been here from the first day on, running this program, running the operations of the program, and being part of how we had to shift this program from an in-person to a virtual one. So Thomas will give a quick rundown of his point of view of this of the Future City Incubator. We have invited a special guest. We have Christoph Sollich, also known as the Pitch Doctor, also known as the only startup comedian ever known, who will pitch us his comedic 10x pony-based venture. So we get to have a little bit of a soft start into the pitch marathon that we have prepared for you. And then after Christoph's comedy pitch, we will get right down to business and listen in the Startup Slam 8 times 5 minutes to the 8 teams that I have just introduced to you in a very short way. That is the first part of the agenda. This is the listening part of the agenda. This is where we're going to talk mostly to you. The second piece is the interactive piece, where we're going to switch it up and start with actually a networking roulette. It's a lot of fun. You are randomized. It is a randomized way to meet other people who are also in the community in this event today. So you may get to speak with city officials or with one of the entrepreneurs or with investors or with a corporate manager. So let's see who you will be matched to. Parallel, we have breakout sessions where you can then meet the teams. We have 3 different ones. I will introduce who is in which team is in which breakout session, where you get the chance to have Q&A with the teams or listen to some deeper conversation about what they're trying to achieve. So breakout sessions with the teams, and make sure to visit the startup booths. They're also there. They're not quite interactive, but you get to download or get all of the information and contact details from the startups, so you can reach out to them. You can do that actually here in this event, but you can also do this, of course, afterwards when you get the information from the startup booth. So much about my welcome and my introduction to what this day is going to be like. I would now switch over to Thomas. Thomas will give his point of view of what he has experienced in the last crazy months at the incubator. Thomas, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Darius. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, it has been a not only crazy month, but also year. 1 year ago, we started with Darius designing the program, and we wanted to create a great experience and a strong program for our participants. And this was exactly how the entrepreneurial and the startup scene works, right? You have like a cool business idea, you have a cool setup, and then on the last moment, something happens and you cannot realize what happened. And for us, it was the same. We already planned the program, and 5 days before the start of the program, Corona came very drastically, and we had to reshift and rethink the whole program and create it into a fully digital experience. So that was for us a great learning, but a big challenge at the same time, not only for us as program managers, but also for our teams, because some of them also had to reshift their business model, do new target users. And this was like a big experience for all of us, and a big learning. And I think we have talked a lot about the topic of resilience in the last time. And I think that made our program a huge success. Basically, this last 10 months of program have been crazy and intense, but at the same time amazing. And we had over 30 events with boot camps, workshops, virtual and also in-person events when it was allowed, over 30 coaches and mentors. And yeah, it has been crazy, but it has been fun. And all this only was possible because we are exactly on the spot where you see amazing people around you. There is an amazing ecosystem of startups, amazing ecosystem of coaches, mentors, investors, and the whole ecosystem around the Smart City Hub at the same time. But also at this point, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you to all of you, basically to the startups who made it possible. We know it wasn't easy, but yeah, it has been an amazing experience from our point of view as BIA, and also for the startups. So today it's the culmination of this cooperation, and in this sense, I wish you all the best today and in the future for your business. And for the audience also, enjoy the sessions today.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Thomas. For the audience, if you haven't gotten the pleasure to meet Thomas, Thomas is has 2 nicknames that I always share with everybody because I love them so much, because Thomas is always so dependable on getting everything done. We call him either the Dragon or we call him the Joker. And I'm trying to establish that also beyond BIA. So it's Thomas, also the Dragon, also the Joker. Thank you very much, Thomas. Appreciate it very much. So what's next? We have a surprise pitch for you. which we will take lightheartedly, just to get us going, just to get us into the mood. He is a serial entrepreneur, always in the pony industry, and we can't wait to understand how he wants to scale his new pony venture to a 10x company. So Christoph Sollich, the pitch doctor, this stage is all yours.
Yes, but I have to be allowed to share my slides as well, and that's it. So Darius, as long as we have technical problems, do you want me to tell them the story of how we were in Poland together and you showed up still half drunk in the morning for a radio interview and then asked them to play Helene Fischer?
That is something I was hoping that does not come up, but now that you have opened that door, feel free to elaborate.
Yes, that was my backup plan for technical issues, but I still can't share my slides. So, oh, now I can. Now I was allowed. Okay, there you go. Yes, as Darius already said, and now he's very going to tell you the story of how we were in Poland for a conference. I don't remember the name of the conference. I remember the night was very fun. And I remember we had a radio interview in the morning and Darius showed up late, but that's all you're going to hear about it because now I'm here to talk about my startup. Darius also kindly already introduced me. And yes, my name is Christoph Sollich. If you speak German, that's very funny. My last name. That's also unique, just like Darius said. So if you want to invest in my startup, you will find me on LinkedIn. Normally, I'm known as the pitch doctor. I help startups and corporate entrepreneurs pitch better, but that's not why I'm here today. Today, I'm here because I have my own startup. Before I tell you what my own startup is, I have to ask you for a pinky promise NDA. Can you all do that, please? And pinky promise me that you're not going to tell anyone about my amazing startup idea because people are going to steal it, okay? That out of the way, what is the problem we're solving? Well, talking about smart cities, talking about the future of mobility, I think we can all safely say scooters. Scooters are uncomfortable, scooters are dangerous, and let's be honest, scooters are also hideous. But we can change all of that. But before we can do that, we have to look at the market a little bit because there is so many scooter companies, okay? There's companies, there's more companies, all of them raise a ton of money. But look at the last one, like Bird, like what name, what type of logo is that? They don't even rent out birds. Plus, there's new players coming into the market. We just recently heard that this company is going to enter the scooter market soon. Apparently, they have deep pockets and a hipster CEO. So it's a hot market, okay? They're all raising tons of money. Investors love this stuff. But we think they're all completely on the wrong path because we see a clearly superior solution to the problem than scooters can ever be. And what is that better solution? It is obviously ponies. Why would you ride a scooter if you can ride a pony? Because ponies are super smooth, they're super safe, and they're also super cute. So they're much better than any scooter can ever be. Plus, ponies are sort of a mega trend right now. Have you looked at like recent events? They're just asking for ponies. The biggest show on Netflix last year, ponies. The other biggest show on Netflix last year, ponies. The biggest song on the internet, Wet Ass Ponies. And the biggest website on the internet, also about ponies. So ponies. Plus, I actually Googled it because I do my research proper. I'm a proper startup founder. I did my research and people do want ponies. Everyone wants a pony, so we're going to give ponies to them. Here's our product. It's very simple. It's rental ponies for everyone, everywhere. They're just going to be in the city, just like the scooters. There's going to be ponies. We call the company Pony. And now you might ask, how did we come up with the umlaut? Because that's super cool. Well, that was actually an idea of our Uber driver the other day. And he just said, hey, Uber, cool name. Pony could be a cool name. He's a very smart guy. I don't know. He's driving Uber. Maybe he'll make something of himself in the future. He was definitely an inspiration for us. So we called it Pony. This is what our app looks like. Very unique logo, as you can see. Very unique app as well, and we love it that way. And we think that our product can really work in big cities, for sure. I think it's going to be amazing. But it can also work in the suburbs. It can work for old people, young people, small people, big people. We think the product really is for everyone. And we think it also has a ton of potential to internationalize because we can see it work in basically any scenarios, special circumstances. It's going to be amazing. To make sure everybody gets exactly what they want out of our product, we have different types of products for different use cases, okay? We have the cheapest version, that's Pony X. We also have Pony Black. We have Pony Black SUV. And then we have something we're really, really proud of, and that is Pony Pool. And we think all of these are going to be big hits with each target audience. Now, you're probably saying, like any investor would right now, this sounds amazing, but can you actually execute the technology? And I'm proud to say, yes, we can. Because we have built a product that has different modes, okay? So our product has a walk mode. There's also a trot mode. It has a gallop mode. And then something that we're really, really proud of, because we have invented it and no other mobility provider has ever even had the idea to do it, what we call ludicrous mode. We also have another mode that everybody needs right now, because who could have a product without dark mode? So our product has dark mode as well. As for the technology, I can't talk too much about it. It's very secretive stuff that we're doing, but we have done extensive benchmarking against other mobility solutions, and we've done really, really well. And I'm also happy to say that we have early beta users, and they're really excited about the product. Essentially, they love using it. And then there's the other big thing always with the future of mobility. It's always about charging infrastructure, right? But we have a system that we call the Super Carrot Network, and we think we have it all figured out. I think that's not going to be a problem to recharge the ponies at all. So this is the product, and I think, I mean, if you're smart, you're already super excited about our prospects. It's going to be huge. But what sets us really apart from other companies is actually our company values. Because we think that scooter companies don't value their employees like they should, and we will be very different. We have one main KPI defined for us, and that is NPS. And you obviously know NPS. NPS is big KPI that everybody's using, and it stands for, just for the non-professional, it's net pony satisfaction. So for us, the satisfaction of our ponies is the biggest thing. We will make sure they're super comfortable. We have a pony spa for them. Their health is very important to us, so we'll have standing desks for them. I think that's really important. Also, mental health is a big focus area. We'll take care of that. And to make sure that our ponies stay motivated, we have invented something that we call 20% time, where ponies can actually work on other projects while they work for us. So just to keep their horizon open and sort of keep them engaged. We obviously also pay close attention to what we're feeding our ponies, and they will have a strictly raw vegan diet, and they will also have raw water, because that's what we believe in, that everybody should be just drinking raw water. And then occasionally we'll give them a muffin. Okay, and the muffins, actually, this is my co-founder. He's the motherly type, so he likes giving people and our employees muffins once in a while. So he does that. It's actually a funny story how I found my co-founder, because I put out a tweet where I asked, basically, here, looking for entrepreneurial product and biz dev killer. And he was the person that replied to that tweet. And we've been partners ever since, and it's going great. We have a company motto that really fits what we're doing, and it's move at a moderate pace and nibble things. And that is exactly what our employees are doing, and they're loving it. We live it as a company every day. Now, you're probably in love with the product already, but you want to know where the money is. So let's talk about the market really quickly. I mean, the market is obviously huge. Okay, I have some stats here about the percentage of the population that loves ponies. I don't know what's wrong here in Antarctica, but generally people just love ponies. Very straightforward. You pay to unlock, and then you pay per mile. So it's very simple, but that's not our only revenue stream. We have additional revenue streams. For example, we have the option for companies to sponsor saddles, and they can sponsor it. People will see it. It's just advertising. But then there's companies where you can immediately tell it just makes total sense to sponsor our product just because of the fit with the brand. And then we also have the option to do ad in certain areas where certain companies might want to do certain things. We have one more revenue stream because we have the pony manure. And pony manure is basically gold if you're trying to grow anything. Okay, it's an amazing fertilizer that has no downside, but it gives us a strong wheat tech angle that right now every investor is salivating over. Everything is wheat tech, and we're going to be part of that. And then we also have one other thing that's sort of aftermarket potential for us. And we've already developed a brand for it. We call it Beyond Pony. And Beyond Pony, I mean, I think it's going to be a huge success. I'm pretty sure, because who doesn't love a good burger, right? Now, how are we going to market this? This is a big question. And you're probably thinking this is going to go super viral, right? But I have to tell you, obviously, we're not going to go viral. After 2020, with what's still going on 2021, nobody wants to be viral. Nobody wants to be like a virus, okay? So we're going to be bacterial. It's going to be amazing. It's a new thing. We have this amazing consultant, and she told us to become bacterial, and she has great credentials, and she's helping us achieve that status. So bacterial, yes, but we'll also do classical advertising. We have an ad campaign planned, very unique visually, that I think is going to work really well. And then we have something planned for our influencer marketing, and I think our influencer marketing is going to be fire. To be honest, we have this plan for a festival that we call Pony Festival. It's going to be on a nice island, tropical island. It's super, super fancy. It's going to be amazing. Influencers are going to love it. They're going to be all over Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and all of that stuff. So I think we get a lot of attention through that. But let's talk about why I'm here. Because I am here to raise money. Okay, we're fundraising right now, and just to take, like, I know there's a lot of investors in the room, just to take your last sort of fears away, can you really be sure that this is going to work? Here's my final proof. Has there ever been anything that was not predicted by The Simpsons, or anything that The Simpsons predicted that didn't become true? Well, here is the episode from The Simpsons where it's basically just our product all over the city. So I think that proves it. And then there's one other thing, if you still have doubt. But before I can show you, I have to ask you or remind you, remember your pinky promise NDA. You cannot tell anyone about this. So assuming, and this is a big assumption, I don't think it's going to happen, but assuming people really prefer the form factor of the scooter over the form factor of our product, we're working on something like this. So we could basically get even those people that are skeptical and that like the form factor of the scooter, we could get them excited about our product as well. Now, just quickly looking at the competition, I think it's pretty easy. I mean, this slide is so great. Every startup pitch needs that. So we have companies that are shitty and don't have ponies, and then we're up there. I mean, that's all I can say. Okay. Also, some of you, especially the investors, you're probably asking what are revenue estimates. These are conservative revenue estimates, and they end up giving us just the perfect hockey stick that every investor is looking for. And mind you, these are conservative revenue estimates. Also, amazing team. I think that's what everybody knows. We have the best people. Our CFO is super creative. And the co-founder I've already talked about, but we also have a strong advisory board. And what I really like about our advisory board is how how different the people are, because diversity is so important, right? We want a very diverse advisory board. So we have very, very different types of people on the advisory board, and I think it's going to be amazing. Investors obviously love us. They're all basically throwing money at us. I can tell you a little bit about some leads we have. We have this lead already, an investor that's very interested. We have this lead already. That's pretty cool. We have this guy who's just camping in front of our office building because he wants to make sure he's getting into the round. So we have a lot of interest, but to be honest, we think that in the end, probably this guy is going to invest in us, given that he already has a basketball team called the Pony. So the fit is pretty obvious. And then for later rounds, growth capital, we see these guys really being interested. So I think fundraising is great, but if we're in great shape, but if you're interested, if you're an investor, absolutely LinkedIn me and tell me just how much money you want to give us, basically. Because right now we're raising 50 million, so there's a couple of tickets still left, and we're using that to build the first ponycorn the world has ever seen. I need to warn you, though, we only accept the best investors, okay? We don't take random people, just dumb money. We need the smartest money. Only the best people need to apply. And with that, all I can say is come ride with us. it's going to be an amazing journey to IPO country. I mean, sorry, this is last year's slide. Obviously, we don't call it IPO country anymore. And final thought, if you are thinking like, what's this guy who's obviously becoming a billionaire with this amazing ponycorn, what's he going to do with his money? I have a great opportunity right now to buy a building that I've sort of always had my eye on, and I know for a fact that the person that owns it really needs money and might actually have to leave the country soon. So that's what I would do with the money once we're a $1 billion company, and I might even take something off the table with the next financing round just to get the down payment for the building done. With that said, hit me up for the investment and enjoy the other pitches. I think they're not going to be as great as my startup, obviously, but that's just the nature of the game. Yeah, it was great being here, and just send the money in a suitcase, basically. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing, Christoph. I think you will definitely close 1 or 2 deals. I swear to God, there were so many jokes, but easily my favorite one was comedians on ponies getting coffee. That was a very good one. Thank you so much, Christoph Solich, the Pitch Doctor. This was a very nice introduction to a mobility company, and we are fired up. We are ready to roll. We are ready to listen to our amazing entrepreneurs. So let's get this startup slam started. So we have, as the very first company pitching, 2 very nice gentlemen who have the ambition to digitalize the real estate economy. So please welcome Nico Kramp and Tobias Docho from Asset Bird on stage. Gentlemen, the stage is all yours. We're very excited for your pitch.
Thank you so much. Can you hear us? Is that everything working fine?
Yep,
awesome.
We can hear you.
So, all right. So we would also start presenting our slides. Wait 1 second. So you do. Okay. So first of all, yes, thank you so much for the whole program. It was really a great experience. We had a lot of fun, and we learned a lot and could like develop a lot. And basically, we are here in a sustainability and future city incubator. We will not as much as the pony startup. We make this city a more green city, but what we do is we develop a solid business case, and we hope we can also provide you with a good experience on this one. So what do? We develop a deal flow software for professional real estate investment companies. These are companies basically who invest in a B2B matter in buildings, be it in living, office, on retail, and they make money with investing in building, keeping it similar as on the stock market, but basically in bigger tickets. Herefore, we provide a software for the acquisition team. So for this team who is actually purchasing those buildings, and which has they work a little bit similar to sales reps, as their task is to acquire good and profitable buildings, which you can develop in the later time or make money with. Sorry, wrong direction. What is basically their problem? Their teamwork still feels like in the 80s. What they do is they work with a standardized software product from Microsoft, basically, and it's all over the place. Modern technologies like Pipedrive, Slack, or Asana, those are things which they don't really know. And also they have very specialized needs. Even those software services don't really make sense for their workflow. And as they have actually a very high investment pressure, as they are working and investing money from big funds, they really have to be on time, really have to have high speed, really have to collaborate closely within their teams, and have to close deals fast as they're outrun by the competition. So in this context, they are still using the software from the 80s, while new software, software which we know is modern and collaboration is not really fitting their needs. This is where we come in place, and we have talked to more than 40 companies, or basically more than 200 companies, and 40 of them are currently our pilot companies. And each of them, those 40 companies, have their own instance and testing the servers. And with roughly 7 companies, we are really close in co-innovating with them and really developing the product further. Basically, here you see a number of insights or quotations from our clients who really like the product as we have it right now. And what do? We basically do the deal flow software, which drives an integrated workflow for their teams. This way, they have a higher transparency about what assets they really get in. They have like a standardized document, like an investment teaser, which they don't have to provide like 3 or 4 times for each and different user, but like the management can always look in one standardized software what the current status is from the investment and how the KPIs are developing while gaining more insights about the asset. This is also like the centralization of the collaboration is also one big topic for the teamwork and the collaboration, as teams don't use 3 or 4 different Excel sheets and store all these communication in their own Outlook instances, but rather with our software, they collaborate on one central service, and all data, all communication which is happening in our software. Also driven by this, they can automate and advance the speed of workflows tremendously, and this helps our clients to basically close deals faster. And as they close deals faster, they also make more revenues. And with closing 1 deal per year more, which is relatively easy to do with such a software, they basically make a profit impact of roughly 1 million, which is like, as I said, profit and not revenues or something. But as those assets are really high value and really cost intense, they make a profit impact of roughly 1 million by just acquiring 1 more asset in a year. Basically, this is a slide which also points out what I was just saying. We have 3 different user groups, which being the assistant, the acquisition manager, who basically has less administration overhead to do and can more focus on really closing deals. And we have the managing director, who is responsible for providing and supporting the team with a good work environment that they really can do what they want to do and what they have to do. And the managing director is like the one who profits the most from making 1 deal more per year and really enhancing on the profit and making the company even more worthwhile and pleasing their shareholders. Who are we? We are a good team. We, with Nico, have like the traditional direct market insights, and he has before worked in acquisition. He has founded a consulting company before himself, and he has a good network in this whole area. And basically with him, we really in depth could develop the first insights on the software. And with his network, we really go out there and are able to create so many like 40 pilot companies, and really iterate and develop on the product. With Marco Blumendorf, he is a great CTO. He's really experienced, and he helps us a lot in really focusing and developing lean, a very good product. And myself, I worked before at TensorWork, had some experience in the smart building area, and have I would say, a good feeling about how to innovate and how to develop a company. We are really happy that we have a good network in our team and also in advisors. And here you see from really strong focus on real estate with Larissa, who is running the Immobilien Union, a great network, big network in the real estate market, and which also helps us on connecting to new people. And then we have prop tech experts like Ludwig and Stefan, and we also have marketing and disaster experts like Jakob and Philip. What are we looking for? Basically, when companies are here who are actually acquiring real estate assets, come talk to us. Maybe our software can help you, or we can co-innovate and understand how to improve also your work style. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Nico and Tobias, for your pitch on Asset Bird, digitalizing the real estate economy. That was 1 out of 8, and we're moving right fastly into the next one. Number 2 out of 8 is the amazing Susanna Meyer, who is trying to increase the engagement, the civic engagement, and together with Amir Milogros, for the younger generation. So, Wondertree team, the stage is all yours. We're very excited for your pitch.
Yes, hello. We're super excited to be here today. Thank you, Darius, for organizing this today. We'll go right into sharing our screen. So, hello, my name is Susanna Meyer. This is Amir, my co-founder. And today we would like to talk about our startup Wondertree. In the last decade, we've seen a major increase in clicktivism, online activism that enables offline protest by young activists. However, this activism doesn't translate into policy change. In the coming German national election, 2 million first-time voters will be allowed to take part. These voters are Generation Zers, who spend a lot of time on social media and are used to creating their own content. The issue with political discourse on social media is that it promotes 2 trends: viewing politics as another pop phenomenon or feeling complete apathy towards it. Existing civic platforms focus on organizational needs and are not designed based on users' priorities or the user experience young citizens are used to from popular social apps. Current solutions don't motivate users towards active engagement. Aula, Citizen Lab, and Consul are 3 of our main competitors. Wondertree was built on a user-centered UX. It allows users to interact with multiple organizations and employs diverse offline and online user acquisition methods. Wondertree provides its members with a tool that allows them to oversee and manage all aspects of their civic activities and upcoming votes. Here you can see our platform and our newsfeed. This user, for example, is following the EU Commission, and she can submit ideas. For example, here she's submitting a digital health project, and she can invite her friends to join her idea, as well as posting the idea on her social media feed. Our vision at Wondertree includes an integration of an online civic academy. We want to launch an ambassador program to train democracy rookies, and we want to develop a secure online voting system in collaboration with the Hochschule Offenburg. Our target customer market includes municipalities, governmental organizations, and youth service providers. We operate in a growing market. Actually, the spread of the COVID pandemic has accelerated the progress of governmental digital transformation. We produce public policy social media campaigns and educational content. We run a school-focused ambassador program, and we will offer free trials for municipalities as our go-to-market strategy. We're also really excited that we're right now in talks with Z2X, which is a community of young visionaries of Zeit Online newspaper. And we've been selected to take part in the Hertie Foundation Mitwirken Democracy program And since yesterday, we are also part of the Grünhof Social Innovation Program. Plus, we'll be working with Berlin Mitte Children and Youth Office as a pilot partner. Our business model is based on cost-free services to end users and a paid subscription model for NGOs and municipalities, as well as governmental organizations. And we have a pretty big roadmap this year. We want to launch our MVP. We will initiate a crowdfunding campaign that's supported by Hertie Foundation, and we'll launch our beta version and our ambassador program. We are looking for 250,000 euros in investment, which will allow us to have a 12-month runway. We plan to hire an additional developer, a community and sales manager, and we plan to acquire 5 paying customers, as well as reaching around 10,000 unique users. And this is our team. We're experienced service designers, developers, and community managers, and we're divided between Germany and Nigeria. My co-founder, Charles, is responsible for product management, and my second co-founder, Amir, is responsible for operations. And of course, we have Cornelius and Akim, who've developed our product, and Nadia, who's been supporting us from Switzerland with user research. If you'd like to know more about us, we're happy if you want to schedule a demo. You can contact us anytime, and we thank you a lot for your attention and would love to hear from you.
Amir and Susie, thank you very much. This is very exciting to see what you have in store for the coming year. We can't wait to see more of Wondertree entering the market. So thank you very much. Quick note on the administrative side, my apologies. We had a little bit of a technical issue. At some point, we had cut the entrance at 200 people. So a few people were not let in after 200, but we've opened up again. So if you're part of that group, my apologies for the 5 minutes of blocking. I have promised to you a very diverse group, and so shall it be. We are switching gears now, and we're listening to Marty Mela, an amazing and very passionate and very competent entrepreneur who is trying to rethink the digital experience and home ownership for the rental generation. I'm personally very excited about that. Marty, the stage is all yours. We're very excited for your pitch.
Awesome, great. Thanks so much, Darius, and everyone else. Yeah, this is a great day, obviously, for our batch and also for Joe Biden. So can you see my screen? Okay, perfect. So my name is Martti Mela. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Asumma Homes. We build houses of the future, and we are a team of 3 co-founders. I'm a seasoned PropTech founder with 1 VC-backed venture already behind. I'm also an inventor with 2 patents. Vitali, our product officer, has a master's degree in real estate and finance. He's a former head of product for 1 VC-backed PropTech, and is focused also in property development. Then Pekka Airaksin is our chief architect. He has won several awards, and his focus is in the industrialization of wood construction, and he's very hands-on also in building information modeling. So what we do is that we build sustainable homes without owning factories. If the word asset light means anything to you, so this is what we are. Asumma sells its own architect-designed homes that are configurable online by our customers. Its platform manages the house building project, and its platform also from existing suppliers and factories, so we can actually build houses without upfront investment costs for ourselves. So which one of you is wasting their salary on rent? Well, in Germany it's 58%, and in Berlin it's 82%. And it's especially the millennials, people between 30 to 40 living in large cities, who are spending more than 30% in their net to householdseinkommen, or net income on rent. But now millennials are free to move away from large cities because of the work from home policies. They don't anymore need to live close to their offices. And this actually also applies for a number of other people, especially families. And based on the estimate of the World Economic Forum, up to 42 million European families can actually start and continue work from home, and thus they can also move away from large cities. So these people need homes, they need houses. But as house buyers, what service level would millennials expect? Well, they're used to services like Spotify, N26, Slack, wonderful platforms with ease of use and easy access to doing different purchases or sharing images and so forth. But as house buyers, right now, this is all they are getting. Hausbaumesse. Well, because of the COVID, they're not even getting this, but they might know some of these companies presenting in their booths, and they might go to their websites, like this one. And you can see that if you want to learn something about the houses of this company, you actually need to order a house catalog, and you can't even leave your email address. You just need to give your telephone number so that their salesperson can hook you up. And by the way, this is the most innovative brand in this field. So what kind of homes do these companies then offer? Well, I don't know about you, but to me these look like not really homes, but more like houses. And do you think that this looks something like what the millennials actually want? Well, they are on Instagram, right? And this is what they're seeing. They look beautiful architecture. They dream of homes, what they can actually see online. But the reality is quite different. These kind of houses that they're dreaming of, they're very expensive. The whole building process without them Fertighaushersteller is very complicated. And it's also annoying and full of surprises. Around 75% of all the houses built, that their budget exceeds significantly, and 50% of the houses built actually are built late. Until now. Asuma designs and sells move-in-ready homes. So we integrate solar roofs on our roof. So actually the roof looks like a roof, but it's actually a solar panel. The houses can be upgraded later on. So if you need a couple of more rooms, so you can actually order an extension from us. And the best thing is that you can actually order these homes and configure them digitally online. We built them with the cross-laminated timber, so they are massive halls essentially. So we use breathable materials that also guarantee a great indoor air quality. And obviously, the houses look stunning. And yeah, as mentioned, you can configure and purchase your Asuma home online. Our houses start from 100 square meters, and you can really configure them based on your needs. And this is amazing. The way we build homes, we're able to start our prices start from 159,000 euros, including the house and the foundation. And what we have built is a semi-modular design system that enables high level of offsite construction. And this allows digital configurability for each of our customers. And this also means that we can stack those elements as Tetris blocks. And that means that we can minimize the logistics costs and also then assembly time on site. And our actual software platform manages the building project on our customers' behalf. Our local partners take care of the building permits. We have a curated list of manufacturers and suppliers who do the actual building. We take care of the logistics and delivery through our partners. And then our on-site builder partners do the actual assembly on site. And then in the end, we do the inspection. Our business model is quite straightforward. So per each house sold, 85% goes to our suppliers and on-site builders, and we have a 15% margin. We estimate that we generate around 24,000 per house built, and the first houses will be built roughly in September. We have one customer already in our design pipeline and a few others in our sales pipeline. Our long-term vision is that we want to build with new kind of materials with the best technology that is available at that point in time. We provide different kind of service subscriptions, for example, for maintenance, meaning facility management services, or upgrades, so that you actually can increase the value of your house instead of the house deteriorating. And we actually make homes really smart. And we want to become the first housing brand that people understand that this is an Asuma house when they see the house. And we want the houses to be so amazing that the neighbors will be jealous. And we want to become the Tesla of homes. We are very grateful for European Social Fund, Land and Future City Incubator for the 10-month incubator program that we were part of. Thank you so much for your support. We build houses of the future today. If you are a customer looking for a house, please talk with us. And if you are an investor, we are actually doing a pre-seed round now for which we have already 50% in commitments. We still take 1 or 2 more tickets. Yeah, that's about our venture. Thank you so much.
Martin, Vitaly, we are so excited about what you're doing, and just saying Tesla for homes, that really triggers a certain target group, and I'm part of that. So I can't wait for your growth to be seen in action. So thanks very much for your pitch. To the crowd, as promised, the diversity doesn't stop. We will switch gears now to one of Berlin's darling startups, one of the quirkiest and coolest startups that I've seen in many years, and with a fantastic team. And we will have now Andrew and Jessamine from Wondertree. I'm not only collaborating with these guys in this program, but also actually am a customer. So this is very exciting. Andrew,
whoa,
the stage is all yours.
Moment. Sorry, just trying to scroll. Very slow computer. Can you hear me?
We can hear you very well.
Okay, sorry, just trying to get this presentation working. Okay, let me know when you can see what I've got up. Cool.
You're good to go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Green. I am the co-founder of Wondertree. And I'm going to show you how we went from minimal viable product this year to minimal scalable product in 1 year. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do in the future and how you can get involved. So this year we 10x'd our sales, which was awesome. But the thing I'm more proud about is that we did this. We did it at a low cost. We had a really low customer acquisition cost. And interestingly, we only spent €3 in our customer acquisition cost before we made the revenue. The rest came after we made the sale. Why? Because people love our product. They love our product and our service so much they tell their friends about it, and their friends buy what we do. That means we have a load of happy customers. Darius is one of them. And we have a lot of people that want to be happy customers in other cities around Germany, but they can't get our product yet. These are some of the posts that some of our happy customers are posting online about us. These are also some of our happy customers. Yes, young progressive startups. I'm sure you recognize a few of these names. They love what we do, and they put our product in their offices. The other people that love us, the press. We've got the daily press, a lot of the big daily press, a lot of trade press, and a lot of influencer and blogger press, all really interested in what our business is. The other people that love us is Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz gave us 8 electric vans. They sponsored us with 8 electric vans for what we do, because they really, really love our product and our service. And who we love, and I think who loves us back, is the environment. What's really important for us is impact. And these are our sustainable development goals from the UN that we're trying to achieve through our business. So it's not just about money, it's about impact too. One of the things we achieve with our impact is we help absorb about 1/3 of the emissions caused by all of the Christmas tree waste in Berlin that gets incinerated. Another thing we did as part of this, we took a monoculture forest, which there's many surrounding Berlin, and we transformed that into a strong, beautiful new ecosystem full of life. And the last thing we did, we proved that conscious consumption is possible. We drove our vans, the equivalent from here in Berlin to the other end of Russia and back without creating a single puff of carbon emissions. So what the hell do we actually do? Well, let's get into the customer problem. Getting a Christmas tree home sucks, especially in a place like Berlin. You need to get to the market, get the thing home, get it upstairs, get it out again, cut the branches off. It's chaos. The only thing that sucks more than that is the guilt. We've grown up with this tradition of having a Christmas tree, but we know it doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't make sense to be cutting trees down when we know we should be planting them. So how do we reconcile this? Well, this is what we do for the customer. We're an e-commerce circular economy Christmas tree service. But what the hell does that really mean? What does it do for the customer? This is what it does. We make Christmas more convenient and you can feel good about it. Yeah, you can feel, get rid of the guilt, get rid of the stress. That's what we do for you. And this is how we do it. You go onto our website, you buy a beautiful living Christmas tree that's been grown from a seed in the pot. We then conveniently deliver the tree directly to your doorstep, no matter how many stairs you live up. You then enjoy a wonderful Christmas with your tree, which you can have for up to 5 weeks. We then come pick it up, contactless pickup, so it's COVID safe. And then here's the kicker. We plant the tree in our forest where it stays forever. Yes, this is our forest, a photo taken a few weeks ago of our trees in the forest. And our trees are only used once. We don't rent them, we sell them, and we plant them on your behalf. And these trees stay there and will grow for decades to come. These are the choice of trees you have. We have 3 products, 3 sizes, and 3 price ranges. So why now? Well, the sales of Christmas trees in Germany are flatlining at 30 million per year. That's what they've been doing for the last few years. But because people are getting conscious about climate change, because it's a mainstream topic, people want sustainable choices. All of the research charts are showing that people want to rent Christmas trees. They want Christmas trees in pots. They don't want to do things the old way anymore. So that gives us the opportunity to expand all across Germany, because there's so many people in different places and different cities that want what we do. We have them on email waiting lists, not just in Berlin. How are we going to do this? We're going to do some R&D and figuring out the best way to package Christmas trees, ship them to people, and then get them shipped back to us, and we can plant in forests across the country. Let's talk about the opportunity for a second. Here we are down at the bottom. That's us at the moment. We are tiny. We're tiny in the Berlin market, let alone of the overall market in Germany. But the interesting thing here, this is actually our potential. This is our share of market, a potential 100,000 trees in Germany each year, 100,000 out of that 30 million. Now, that's not an arbitrary number. That's what we figured out from how many customers fit our demographic target. That's a potential 50x from where we are now. So why can you trust us? We have the skills. We have a solid team. Jessamine, Milan, and Yannicka and I all have a combination of experience in entrepreneurship, forestry, sustainability, marketing, communications, and operations. It's a great team. And we have the support. Sorry, one sec. We have the support from these guys. Now, we need money to grow. We need money to get to Christmas 2021 and go bigger and better than where we are now. So, have you got cash? Help us make Christmas even better. Yes, if you're a business angel and you're looking to invest, we're open to people with different mindsets. Whether you want an annual dividend or you are looking for an M&A exit the next couple of years, we're open to chatting. This is my contacts. Thank you for your time. I hope to talk to you in one of the breakout rooms afterwards, or I hope to deliver you a Wondertree, you or your office sometime later this year. Thank you.
Andrew, thank you so much. And I think I speak for everyone in the audience when I say we must find out about your sweaters. And we can't wait to learn about that as well. So thank you very much, Andrew. As Andrew also already said, please don't forget that after the Startup Slam, there will be opportunities to talk to the entrepreneurs in the breakout sessions in parallel to the networking roulette that we will facilitate. But this is just halftime. We have seen 4 out of 8, and we will switch gears again, and we will go now to Cavallo with the founder Marcel, who is utilizing available and unused space in buildings, a very exciting and sensible business model. We're very excited about Marcel's company. So Marcel, the stage is all yours.
Hi, thank you, Darius. And yeah, thanks for the opportunity to present today. So after a lot of Christmas stuff, you might wonder now where to store your presents that you don't want or don't need. So we might have an option for you. What we do at Cavallo is that we monetize unused space and enable it for storage purposes. So we've already successfully done that in Berlin Mitte, where we transformed this empty basement that you can see on the left into a modern self-storage facility. And why is that? So why is there unused space in urban areas? reason number one is they're just not recognized. So people don't really think about this space as space that can be used, rented out, or they don't even know for which purpose it can be used. Then the second reason is it is simply not enabled. So one challenge that we also face a lot is access. So people have to hand over keys, and that causes problems. Which is the second reason. And the third is they're not matched. The problem is that the current options to rent out your space, for example, eBay Kleinanzeigen, which is very opaque, or a lot of listings are even offline. So there is not really a market as for housing and business space, and that's the third reason why there are millions of underutilized spaces. So we identified a huge potential of various space segments that are not exploited to their full extent yet. And the one that we selected is storage indoor. So as I said, we've already successfully done that in Berlin Mitte with very impressive results. As we were already active in the market with another approach for a couple of months, we were able to get an occupancy rate of our space of over 90% in less than 3 weeks. And the setup of the whole space took us less than 4 weeks. And the installment costs of the whole facility was less than 100 euro per square meter. So very affordable, very profitable case. And now we derived an approach from this. So the first point is that we have pipeline management. So every space that we hear from or that people offer us are going into our pipeline management. So we analyze the spaces and have a 100% data-based approach. So we validate the space, for example, against population density in this area or competition. And if there's a fit, we enable the spaces, and it takes us 2 to 4 weeks from touring to opening. And third is efficient sales. As I said, we already started with another approach, with a marketplace. So we already know how to get demand, and there is a huge overdemand in the space. So the KPIs are quite impressive. The total market for storage in Europe is about 3 billion for self-storage, and we're starting in this micro-storage segment, moving up the ladder to business storage, and we're already talking to urban logistics providers, providing them spaces for as micro-hubs. Yeah, our revenue model is quite simple. We take, on average, 20 euros per square meter from our customers. We pay rent, and then, of course, we have to repay the setup costs for the facilities. Our additional income sources also come from the partnership that we closed with the Württembergische Group that automatically ensures every booking made with us up to 5,000 euro. The whole market is gaining a lot of momentum and traction. So Stuff, a provider who is basically doing the same as we do, recently got a pre-seed investment of 1.8 million in the US. But also other approaches like Clutter, who are picking up your stuff and dropping it off again, or Neighbor, which is a peer-to-peer marketplace, got quite attractive fundings. Who are we? I'm Marcel, I'm one of the co-founders. Together with my co-founder Jan, I founded the company, and we are happy to have Jan on board, who has more than 20 years of experience in performance marketing. And if you have space and want to join the space revolution today, I'm happy to talk to you. We're currently active in Berlin, getting to more cities later this year. And yeah, if you have space, then feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Excellent, Marcel. Thank you very much. It is very good to see such a good smart city case. We're very excited about anything that has such an obvious value in the urban innovation environment. So thank you, Marcel and team. So that was 5 out of 8. Now let's move to number 6. We're very excited to welcome Kalima, two wonderful entrepreneurs. Kati Hochmuth and Tim Hautkappe, who are serving a much underserved market, which is security in the urban environment. So please welcome Kati and Tim from Kalima. We are waiting for the Kalima team. So while this is happening, I can tell you about what's happening. Oh, there they are. Fantastic. Tim and Kati, the stage is all yours. Thank you very much for pitching.
Thank you, Darius.
So we are Kalima, and we offer a smartphone-based emergency solution for millions of lone workers. I'm Kati, and this is my co-founder, Tim. Together, we make a perfect match. I'm experienced in business and sales, and Tim is a genius full-stack software developer. We both have entrepreneurial experience. Kalima is our second startup in the field of personal safety. In that topic, we are two of the leading experts in Germany. We found our passion for safety technologies back in 2013. As pioneers, we developed the app Arrive Safe. With the live tracking and emergency feature, we have created an innovative solution for a serious problem. As a result of our high media attention and our established brand, several companies approached us regarding an emergency solution for their employees. In many organizations, people are working alone. We are not talking about you in the home office. We are talking about people like a security guard. He's working alone at night. In case of a fall or a threat, he is completely on his own and has no one to help him. With no one noticing, he is facing the risk of a permanent damage or even losing his life. It's not only him. Millions of lone workers are facing this problem. For companies, it's not only a duty of care and important for their reputation. There's a legal obligation to protect lone workers. Failure to comply can result in high penalties and increased insurance costs. Our solution to this problem is a digital emergency system. It transforms the employee smartphone into an affordable emergency device. The panic button allows the lone worker to quickly and discreetly ask for help. In case of a fall or unconsciousness, our system automatically detects the emergency. All relevant data, including the location, is transmitted to the emergency operators. Using that information, they can take the necessary measures to help.
Most of our competitors are manufacturers of traditional emergency devices. While our pricing is based on a subscription model with zero initial costs, they still require a high upfront investment. But most importantly, they just converted their existing hardware solutions into software applications and did not realize the real benefits of a digital product. And even though there are some purely digital providers, no one seems to have discovered the hidden potential. By collecting and analyzing incident data, we will provide organizations with valuable reports and insights. Our vision is to create a comprehensive employee safety platform. We will enter the market with a digital emergency system. Later, we will add value by providing solutions for documentation and prevention. The total addressable market for environmental health and safety software amounts to $1.1 billion worldwide. We are aiming to become one of the leading providers in Europe and North America. That would generate an annual revenue of $37 million. Now is a great time to enter this market. According to studies, the global revenue is expected to grow by 12% annually, up to $3.4 billion in 2027. The main drivers for this growth are higher awareness for worker safety, stricter regulations, and increasing insurance costs. Within the Future City Incubator, we have developed the MVP of our emergency app and acquired our first customer. Our next steps are the further product development and increasing our traction in the European market. To accelerate this, we are open to investments now. We're looking to raise 400,000 euros in the form of a convertible note. This will give us a runway of 12 months in which we aim to achieve 3 major milestones: acquire 40 customers, onboard 2,000 users, and generate a monthly recurring revenue of 20,000 euros. So invest now, and if you sign before March, you will get a 5% discount on the convertible note. Thank you, and talk to you later in our virtual booth.
Excellent, Tim and Kati. Thank you very, very much. I loved your presentation and I love your product. I'm very excited what you have in store in future. Team Kalima, thank you very much. Once again, to the audience, remember that you have an interaction possibility on the Hop-In platform, which means you can interact with all other participants, as well, of course, as the entrepreneurs or even the BIA team. You have to play around with your sidebar where you can find direct messaging. It's there. It's a bit hidden with the direct messaging, but you can find it if you look for it. But of course, we will have the breakout sessions and the networking afterwards. Now, without further ado, I have a fantastically interesting startup for you because it is very refreshing. It's not software-based. It is an actual product. Not only that, it's all about bees. Yes, you heard right. Hive team is working on a better home for bees, and we're very excited for them to tell you all about the company and the product Hive. Philip and Fabian, the stage is all yours. Are you muted? Let's give our tech a couple of seconds until we get this running. In the meantime, the groups that we will have for you later in the breakout sessions are working like this. It's only 15 minutes, but we want to give you a chance to ask direct questions to the entrepreneurs. We have grouped the teams into 3 different breakout sessions, so you get the chance to actually go in one, ask a question or two, and then jump into the next one. So very much up to you. You can also just join a breakout session and listen to the other guys talking, so it's very, very fine. At the same time, in parallel, you will see that you can do the networking roulette and, of course, information from the startups in the expo. I can see that we have actually the next team already lined up for presentation. Very exciting. Julian from the team Along. Very exciting. Thank you for jumping in so seamlessly. We're very excited for your pitch and to see where the Along story is headed. Julian, thank you very much. The stage is all yours.
All right. Hello. Can you hear me? I guess that works. So yes, first of all, thank you very much to the BIA, to the Future City Incubator, obviously also to the City of Berlin. It's been an amazing experience. Now I'm going to present to you what we have been working on over the last couple of months, which is basically the company that Freddie, my brother and co-founder, and I founded, which is called Along, and which is tackling an untapped retail opportunity of 445 million people. So in 2020, the world saw a gigantic number of 445 in short-term rental locations, despite the COVID-19 pandemic. This amount in itself is crazy, but it is even more surprising that no one is meeting these people with interesting offerings. Guests in Airbnbs, for example, spend a lot of money while traveling, but the apartments don't trigger any inspiration or sales at all. It allows brands and retailers to connect, and there is no tool that gathers data to know what these guests want or buy. So, is it actually possible for a company to sell physical goods to these 445 million blue ocean and create a digital retail experience in the locations for the guests. The opportunity is massive, as the total guest spend in 2020 was actually 220 billion euros. Short-term rentals are the ideal place to meet potential customers that are curious and in spending mode, while forming close relationships between them and the products they use in those locations. Therefore, we are building a digital marketplace that connects brands and retailers with short-term rentals and their guests. Brands reach untapped customers and hosts get better products while increasing guest experience. Guests, on the third, explore new inspirations during their travel, making the Along solution a win-win-win for everybody involved. Right now is the perfect timing, as COVID put a lot of pressure on retailers and brands to recreate a physical and emotional connection to their products or identity. Proof of concept for a solution is also already validated by 2 startups from Germany and the US that focus on product sampling in private Airbnbs. We also see the trend of upselling interior in different hotels across the globe, as well as brands that move into opening own accommodation locations to form closer physical relations to their audiences. We are allowing brands to do this now with short-term rental guests by combining the 2 models on this slide. So the short-term rental market actually looks pretty promising. Overall, it's supposed to double to 800 users in the next 5 years. Accounting to over 25 million short-term rentals worldwide, the market is the biggest accommodation class, with 80% of the properties located in the EU and the US. 90% of the businesses operating in short-term rentals also run 1 to 99 locations, which shows the fragmentation of the industry. Bringing a retail experiences inside the properties will elevate the business's brands and also open up additional revenue streams for the operators. So how does it work? Actually, it's facing 2 sides. One side of them is facing the brands and retailers by enabling them to define the details of specific, uploading the products to the Along marketplace and tracking the results once the products are positioned in different locations. The other side are short-term rentals. They're able to sign up and apply for different products with their locations, guest details, and other information. After being accepted, they place the products in their properties and also track the results. They get commissions for engagements or sales via their apartments. So a digital layer in every location is also a big part and a main pillar of our solution. Every location that we place products in is also equipped with one of these digital layers. They can be accessed through a QR code or by visiting a link. This layer features multiple benefits, such as Wi-Fi information or check-in details, while also offering a shop system for all products placed in the locations. So guests can find out more or directly purchase if they want to. They can also be retargeted after their visit. This is the micro model for our so-called micro retailers. It's actually pretty simple, as we're taking €1 per placement to a guest. In that sense, one short-term rental with on average 300 guests per year and 10 products at the same time can already generate up to €3,000 in true revenue for us. Our go-to-market is based on a strategy to onboard as many short-term rentals as possible for bringing the Along solution to over 1 million properties. We start with brands providing free products, which pull increasing amounts to our platform. Correlation with growing amounts of guests that are the basis of a rising attractiveness for brands. In that case, we're creating a simple flywheel here, resulting in an increase of all 3 stakeholders. Free product placements are just the beginning, and we have already deployed the next step with a B2B shop and additional items for short-term rentals. Discounts for more expensive furniture or consumer electronics products. It is our goal to roll out a solution to more short-term rentals in 2021 and start focusing on the Southern European rentals, as, for example, France, Spain, Italy, or Portugal all usually have more yearly tourists than inhabitants. 22 to 23 will be used for global expansion into the US as the 3rd most visited country, 20% of all short rentals. We will also move up stakeholder classes such as restaurants, bars, or working for product placements, as well as others such as festivals, events, or movies. So this is us. My brother Frederick and I are the co-founders of Along. We have both worked in the US and the EU for a long time, with extensive experience in marketing, operations, and business development, from startups in the retail, product placement, and also consumer goods field. We're determined to take on this huge market and the challenge of building along as a digital commerce solution for 500 million people. Being at the crossroad of retail, hospitality, and tech, we look forward to shape a new travel industry after COVID-19 has vanished. So to build out our technology and to expand our product placement possibilities, we will start our fundraising activities in February of this year. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you have any questions, and also feel free to reach me at julian@alongspace.com. Thank you.
Excellent presentation, Julian. Thank you very much. We're very excited about the beautiful brand, the beautiful company, and the amazing people in your team. We are absolutely certain to see a lot of growth for your initiative in the future. So thank you, Julian. Before we move to the next one, we have actually a great question from the audience, and which I would like to address. So to the question, what was the question again? So how does it all connect to the larger urban system? That is an excellent question. And that is a question that we have asked ourselves many times in terms of everything we do around urban innovation, both looking from the Smart City Hub activities as well as the Future City Incubator activities. So we strongly believe that there's two layers of how the urban system works. The first layer is the infrastructural layer, where we have grand industries, mobility, energy, utilities that are being connected and develop new value propositions or more seamless and digital processes. That is the area that is very corporate heavy, driven by larger organizations, by industry companies. If you're interested in that environment, I invite you to look at the Smart City Hub website, smart-city-hub.com, where you see some of the challenges that we work together with corporate innovators such as Mercedes-Benz, Alba Recycling, or Fujitsu, the Fujitsu company. However, we also believe that there is a second layer to it, a layer of a multitude, a collection of interactions between B2B, B2C, between in urban and rural environments, where it's not entirely in the infrastructural area, but it increases the value proposition of urban life in general. We are very mindfully looking also to support entrepreneurs on that second layer, because that is something that startups with software, with IoT, and with new business models can address as compared to more infrastructural and hardware heavy infrastructural topics. So having said that, thanks again for the question. We have now fixed the technical issues, and we're very excited to welcome Philip and Fabian from the Hive team as the final pitching startup for today. Guys, the stage is all yours.
Okay, can you hear us? Can you hear us this time?
Okay, it works.
Perfect. So I was telling to Philip, I felt a little bit like Thomas Gottschalk yesterday on Clubhouse. He tried to unmute his mic for half an hour, but didn't really work out. But finally, we made it. Okay. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. We just need to start our presentation, which is coming here. There. Okay, and all right. So we are Team Hive, and my name is Fabian. I'm doing the business development, and Philip, my co-founder, he's responsible for the product development.
Yes, and we're on a mission to create a chemical-free home for bees. Bees are quite struggling. Everyone knows it probably. And since the 1960s and the last 50 years, we lost in Europe already 23% of our bee population. In North America, it's 44% already. And our agriculture economic is really dependent on honeybees because 80% of our plants are pollinated by the honeybee. So quick question, would you guys like to live in this house? Probably not. So why do we keep bees in moldy homes like this? This is the common way how we keep bees these days, and we call these boxes in German Beute. These are magazine hives, and this is the common way how we keep the bees. and they bring a lot of problems they come with a lot of problems. So they have no insulation. They are often moldy. It's not something unusual like you see on the right side. There is no living space for natural symbionts of the bee. There's also, it's a wrong geometry. There are no cubes in nature, and all these points are leading to a weaker colony and spreading of disease and to parasites. This is the most dangerous and most threatening parasite for the honeybee. It's the Varroa destructor, and it's basically the enemy of the bees. And here you see a bee with a Varroa on the back, and on the left side you see the little thing.
Wing.
Yeah, and you see the bee is smaller than a regular bee. It has crippled wings, and yeah, this is all because of the Varroa mite. And so what does the perfect home for bees look like? Like a tree cave. Tree caves does bring some really good features with them. They have good insulation, there's no mold in bee caves, there is space for the natural symbionts of the bee, and they have a round geometry, what is pretty much a game changer. And all these are leading to less parasites. So what's the problem with tree caves? 96% of the beekeepers are hobby beekeepers, and just to say it's simple, for a hobby a tree is not that handy.
Exactly, that's why we came up with Hive. What you can see in the picture, it's our actual prototype. We've building it last year, and we used the program of BIA to bring this to reality. Hive offers natural geometry, a natural isolation, a room for the bee-friendly pseudoscorpion, and on top smart monitoring. I can show you here how our second prototype looks like, and you can also see it in the back. So we could use the time and the test time when we build our prototype to reduce the plastic amount by 80 to 90%. And we also cut down the production cost about more than the half it would be before. As I mentioned before, we also developing a digital ecosystem, which opens up a whole new field of beekeeping, and also a whole new segment for people who would be interested in beekeeping. With our companion app, you can learn how to keep actually bees. We can place sensors inside our hive, and you can watch the honey production. You can see the temperature, the humidity, the stress level, and the next thing we are developing is that you can see live pictures from inside and outside, which is even stressing the bees less, because you can look inside the hive without opening it up, how you have to do it with conventional hives. So where are we in the beehive market? I guess it's not so popular for most of the people, or you're not experts in the beehive market. So let me explain you that we are the only one who are offering this natural hive at the scalable level. So it's the only product which can be produced at industrial scale while reproducing the microclimate of a real tree cave. As I mentioned before, in the last year, we've been developing the prototype with Berlin Innovation Agency support, and at the moment we are getting out the second version, and this version will be a version which can go into serious production. This year we are also filing our patent on various things, and we are planning to have a crowdfunding in Q3 as a pre-sale, so we can produce the hard tools for the injection molding by the end of the year. So if you are a company and you would like to host one of our test colonies on your rooftop, because you have a super nice rooftop terrace in Berlin, please get in touch with us. We are more than happy to see if that could be possible. And also I want to really thank Berlin Innovation Agency and Europäische Sozialfonds for giving us this opportunity, and we have a lot of other partners who are already supporting us. If you also think it's a cool idea, or you just want to save the bees, you can also go on Patreon and support us there. For all the investors around in the audience today, if you might think it sounds a little bit niche, let me tell you, we are talking about 20 million hives only in the US and Europe. Thank you very much, and we are happy to chat with you in our booth later.
Excellent. Thanks so much for this very interesting, refreshing pitch about Hive, the new beekeeping solution. Really, guys, this is an inspiring product you're working on, and it's really refreshing and inspiring to see actual inventions being launched into this program, and we're very happy to be part of it. So thank you very much, Team Hive. To the audience, you've done it. We have heard 8 wonderful teams and 15 really cool entrepreneurs. And I would like to take this opportunity to say my thanks to the crowd. Give me a second. Okay. There we go. So that's not the right slide. These guys that you are seeing right now. Listen, I'm an entrepreneur myself since many, many years, and I know how hard it is and the resilience you have to show and the challenges you have to master and the uncertainty that you have to navigate. Now, imagine you have to do all that during a global pandemic where everything is in the upside down. Now, you guys have done a fantastic job. You have developed the resilience that an entrepreneur needs. And I'm super proud to be part of this journey. And I would like to say that you've all done an amazing job. And I'm very proud. And you've really set the right fundament to create growth and a fantastic future for yourself. Thank you very much, and congratulations to your teams, to your products, and to the success of your urban innovation solutions. Now, back to the audience. So this was the presentation part, and now we have a few minutes or half hour or a bit more of that left for the interactive part. There's 3 different things. Of course, you can at all times go to the Startup Expo and get information from the teams. But also you can contact them right here in the Hopin tool. But the 2 other things are, on the one hand, we have the networking roulette. I've done it myself, and it's a lot of fun. How does it work? You go into the networking roulette piece on the left sidebar, and then you're randomly matched with somebody else from the audience. You have between 30 to 90 seconds. So be fast in exchanging contact details if that is what you would like to do, because you have maximum 90 seconds to talk to these people, and then you're randomly matched to the next person. It's a lot of fun. I advise you to do that definitely. But of course, you also have the chance to do the breakout sessions, which are parallel. We're going to start the breakout sessions 5-6 minutes after we start the networking. So you can first get into the groove with the networking, then move back to sessions. But at the same time, anybody who wants to remain in the networking is, of course, welcome to do so. We have 3 breakout sessions, and we have grouped the teams following. We have the Sustainability and Social Innovation group with the Wondertree team, the Wondertree team, and the Hive team. So if you want to ask them anything or listen to them answering questions, go to that group. You can also go into a group and go to another group later. The second group is the Prop Tech group with the Asuma founders and the Asset Bird founders. And the third group is the Urban Living group, kind of a collection of everything else, which are the teams Cavallo, Along, and Kalima. That, my friends, is the final piece of the main stage. So we're going to shut down the main stage. I would like to thank you all very much for supporting our entrepreneurs. Please fund them, support them, be a fan of them, because they're really amazing things in the stars for these products. I hope to see some of you now in the breakout sessions and in the networking. We're going to shut down the main stage now. So enjoy the networking, enjoy the group sessions, reach out to the teams. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate you taking 2 hours out of your busy day to look at what these entrepreneurs have in store. Thank you, and see you in the interaction phase.